All right, before we get it in, much love to Raw Natural Unrefined Hemp Rolling Papers. Go check them out at www.rawthenic.com. Made in Alcoy, Spain, raw rolling papers are unbleached and unrefined with absolutely no dyes, no chalks, and no burning additives so that you can taste the true quality of the product you're smoking on. I know, I'm guilty of it too, but stop it with the blunt wraps and the low-quality papers. Start treating your lungs to the best rolling paper on the market. So go peep out their wide variety of papers, cones, tips, trays, accessories, and a shit ton more at www.rawthenic.com. That's rawthenitic.com. Also, big shout outs to Small Town Recovery and Consulting. For all your business consulting needs, make sure you check them out at www.smalltownrecovery.com, or you can give them a call at 702-293-1010. Also, don't forget to check out bombgreen.com. That's BOMGREEN.com. All right, let's get it going. Let's get this shit popping, man. What up, Hip Hop Roots Podcast. We in the building again. You know the routine. Hit us up on the voicemail text line 775-538-6350. Interested in being a guest? You want to sponsor your brand on here? Hit us up on the email hiphoprootspodcast@gmail.com. Like the videos. Make sure you subscribe to the channels. Share it with your friends. Tell your people this platform is for you guys as well as for everybody else who's chilling. So my guest this week, keeping it with the Hip Hop Roots theme, this man right here has been on a journey. I'll tell you what, long time Hip Hop Roots DJ, was a long time 97.5 DJ, he worked the street team. The man's been killing it. You can see him all over the city, anywhere from Hard Rock Live to Senor Frogs, much more. Give it up for my dude, GKID.
Hey man, I appreciate you inviting me.
How you been, my dude? It's been a minute.
It's been like forever. It feels like it's only been like when was the last show? Was like 3-4 years ago?
Yeah, it was like 4 years ago.
It was 4 years ago. Jesus, it feels like it was just yesterday though.
Yeah.
At the same time, because
well, you know, of all the people I've had so far, this is the sixth. You know, you're the sixth of the faces. I think it's been the longest. You've been the longest. This, you know, the disc, like as far as seeing you know what I mean? Because I've seen Trey run into him here and there, and that, but you know, you don't DJ much for like artists as much anymore as you used to, huh?
Yeah, I mean, I was doing things with Hydro for a while.
Yeah.
We were kind of just doing show back to back, and we went out to Cali a couple times. Well, I know we went to Cali one time. We were planning to go do some other stuff, but I guess some came up. But right now, I'm really focused with the group I'm with right now, with Cash's label.
Oh yeah, Chris,
you know
Cash,
what I'm saying?
yeah.
So Chris Cash, Hot 975. That's my dude. You know, I've known him over the years. It's been like probably like a good 10+ years or whatnot. We've touched bases, and then when I started at Hot 975, we kind of linked up real tight. And then, you know, when I left, he was like, yo, like, I'm trying to do this music thing real hard, you know what I'm saying? He's always been into music.
Yeah,
you know
we
what I'm saying?
So a few times.
I said, you know, let's do it. You know what I'm saying? Right now, I'm kind of like at a place where I want to give myself time to be creative. You know, here we go.
That's it. Partakes. We got to get it. It's getting real.
Mm-hmm. You already know.
We've had Cash a couple times at Hip Hop Roots. I remember when he couldn't tell you the album. I know he dropped an album at one point and came in and crushed a set.
Oh, yeah. Definitely. I've seen him grown so much over the years. And this past couple years, I was like, you know, let's work together. We started doing shows. We just did a show, was it this past month? Well, we did a collaboration with it was for a hemp event.
Okay.
At Hard Rock Live, right there on the Strip.
Oh yeah,
and he hosted it. I DJ'd it. Really a cool little vibe, and I love doing those events because it's always like we always get really
like you said, it's
lit.
live.
We're like, I mean, on another level, I'm just like, because I used to. I'm not saying like I don't smoke anymore, but I used to be like a true like down
Stoner
like
stone.
stone, you know what I'm saying? So whenever those events come up, it's like my stoner side comes out, and I'm like, "Duh, let's do it."
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, but yeah, like Cashavelli music is really now just on its wave right now. I feel like, you know, I was cameoed in one of his videos just recently. He dropped, and then we got the crew, Casual Thug. We got Chico Spitz. That's he's kind of affiliated with us. He's not yet official, you know, an artist, but you know, we have certain individuals I feel like that are really coming up and really like honing their skills a lot more, and I feel like that's just a great thing for the culture here in Vegas.
Yeah,
and,
shit,
you know, like seeing all this, it's just like, man, I remember we
Bringing
do
back
Friday
memories.
nights at Boomers, and I'd be already down a fucking, I want to say like down like a good amount of vodka by the time I get to the show. I'd be like I'd be like, yo, I'm already ready to go. You
That's
know?
it. And then you'd still partake.
I carry
as you
all
were
my
in there.
equipment, I had my turntables
I
and whatnot.
remember.
Like I still have all that stuff, of course, but I loved it. You know, it's just you doing this is actually such a great, you know, a reminder of like where music was at, where it's going, you know, where it is right now. And you know, like we were just saying off air, like I hope we get together real soon, like do a reunion and maybe spark something up or something.
Well, you know, we
inspire
got
other people, you know what I'm saying?
we got
Just to
some. We're
pass the
holding on
torch.
a little. We got some shit in the works. I mean, I'm not necessarily saying you know we're doing it weekly or nothing like that, but you know we've been talking a lot, especially since the podcast has launched, and just the talk before it really launched, because you know, like I said, the whole podcast was about a year in the making.
Right.
So there's some announcements to be made that are, you know, I think come the new year
you get me
we'll
excited.
start off the new year like that. So
I'm excited. No, I'm really excited, like, for what you've been doing for these past episodes, this 6th episode, and
I appreciate that.
watching Hydro. He's so great with his words. You know, he's articulate. You know,
wise
as fuck. Like, I'm like, what are we gonna talk about on this? Like, I'm naturally just like a shy person per se.
Know, my biggest goal
Like-
was I didn't, you know, I'm not a fucking broadcaster. You
Yeah,
know what I mean?
no.
I'm not trying to sit here and be like, hello, welcome to Hip Hop Roots. This is Bomb Green. You know, that's just not my shit. This is the kick it. You know what I mean? I want it to be like we're just chilling and smoking and kicking it. And it's
Absolutely.
been like that. And that's probably the best part about this is at some point throughout every time we conversate, every interview, it's not even interview. It's, I mean, these mics kind of disappear out of vision for me. You know what I mean? Like it just becomes the kick it. So that's kind of the goal, anyways. And it's, but
no, I could tell like this is definitely in the makings of something great, and it's just a ode to how hip hop roots really came from, and like how it all came together. And I feel like it's still alive doing this, you know. So I just want to thank you for inviting me.
Man,
You know
I
what I'm
appreciate
saying?
you
Like, I'm
coming, my
humbled,
dude.
You know?
Well, now since you bring that up, I've asked all the other guys. You know, everyone's kind of came in. They found roots on their own angle. You know what I
Right.
mean? There was different. I came in on the open mic. You know, I ended up part of the staff eventually after doing sets. You know, JR was scouted through Black Book sessions with Dro and stuff. How did you find? How were you introduced to Hip Hop Roots?
You know what? I watched Hip Hop Roots, you know, before I even became a part of it, big part of it. After, you know, towards the end of that era, you know, towards the end of it, you know what I'm saying? It was like we were in it for like 4 or 5 years, you know, between that time, roughly about. My memory sucks, but so I was on that whole tip of like telling everybody, where's the scene at? Because I'm originally from the East Coast.
Okay.
So the culture there is a lot more, you know,
Definitely
expanded. You know, you could it's everywhere. So I one day reached out. I think it was through either at the time I think it was Facebook or something, like it was social media or something like that. And I had met Dro somewhere else. I think he was doing a show.
Okay.
And so I hit him up and said, like, I was I was definitely doing shows and whatnot, and I was like, you know what, I'm gonna hit him up and see, you know, when I can come in and DJ. You know what I'm saying? I want to be part of this. You know, I want to be a part of the history. You know what I'm saying? And I thought at the time, at the time I was like, you know, it'd be cool to do one time, you know, and just, you know, show my face and show what I'm, you know, about, like, you know, my music, you know, my taste in music, which is very similar to a lot of the guys out here anyway that are underground and that like the commercial, but, you know, the underground stuff and whatnot. So I reached out to him. He reached out back to me. He was like, yeah, like, come out. And I say the first set was out in LA, or was it LVCS?
Yeah,
or what was
Fremont.
it?
Yeah, LVCS.
Downtown
LVCS
is the Las Vegas Country Saloon.
Man, rest in peace, like, that place.
So I'm like, this is a dope spot, great stage, great lights, great sound, because that's me. Like, I think in a production kind of way, just like how, you know, Hydro does.
That alone,
you know,
even just ups everything, you
right.
know? Yeah.
So I was like, okay, this would be dope, you know, come in once, you know, one time, and I loved it. I was like, I love not only the place itself, it was downtown, you know, where I feel like a lot of the more locals
really
go
prime.
through, you know.
Yeah,
I mean,
really
it's you know, at that time it was like the height of it, you know, and it's continuously, I feel like it's growing, you know. You have, you know, First Friday and whatnot, but went in, did a set. I was like, you know, man, I really had a great experience. I want to do this again. Like, hit me up whenever you know. I told Hydro, I was like, yo, whenever you got something going, or if somebody doesn't show up or whatever. I know some of the DJs that were resident had come, you know, from the day one, and they were in there and whatnot, and they were kind of slipping and doing other stuff. So it started progressively being like a continuous thing. It was like, okay, we're doing Tuesdays now, and I don't really have any, you know, Dre was like, I don't really have anybody coming in, you know, like on a consistent basis. I would love for you to be, you know, a little bit more of a resident, you know what I'm saying? And it just progressively just got to the point where I was there every week, you know what I'm saying? And he would slip in some guest DJs here and there, which was great. It was a great break for me. But I'd say for the most part, man, I loved it. I loved your vibe. I love Hydro's vibe. I love JR. That's my dude.
Oh,
right
man.
there. Like that.
One of a kind, that guy.
Hispanic, and being that he's half Puerto Rican, like, and I'm full Puerto Rican, but having another, you know, guy in there as well that's thinking like about the music and the culture and the graffiti and all, you know, the breakdancing and whatnot, the artistry of it, and him being a beatboxer. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, I was like, even back then he was cold, and he's just, I've seen him progress, and like he's just. If you haven't watched that full interview he did here, you got to watch it, because he breaks he breaks down some shit that I'm like, and even the stuff he's got working on, and makes me excited. Absolutely. But it's. Shout out to JR, man. Yeah, that's our guy right there. I miss him, man. He ain't going nowhere. He ain't hard to find. You know what? I see him working, and that's the greatest thing, is to see everybody doing their thing and working. So I'm in my lane, everybody's in their lane. Well, that's what we were talking about, you know, off air. We were talking about, it's cool to see everybody that came into Roots kind of on their own path somewhere into something. You know, like you were rocking with Hot 97.5 for a while, and that's big that's big things for a DJ, you know. Absolutely. And like you know what, and like I was saying off air, I was like, you know, I had a great experience, and I feel like it's just like a relationship. I feel like right now I'm kind of doing my thing, and you know, I kind of reached out to him recently, so I'm just kind of like, well, let's see what happens. And you might see me and hear me soon, so you know, if anything. But like I said, it definitely was to see everybody doing their thing, and then being able to be on that platform on Hot 97.5. It was just like kind of like a good feeling. Yeah. Well, so, you know, it's dope. I remember hearing your name mentioned on 97.5, like, you know, in the whip, and I was like,
It's my guy right there. I mean, that's just to see. But like I said, everyone's progressing. JR's doing Life is Beautiful, and seminars, and I mean, it's fucking. I mean,
Absolutely.
dude, Hydro's on a whole nother.
Yeah.
I mean, that guy's so busy, and he always. But that's what I
Yeah.
keep calling him, this guru, and he's like, no.
Uh-huh.
But I'm like, the guy's like you said, he's very wise and he's good with his words.
Yeah.
He's been a real rock for me, even after hip hop roots, like in a personal level. But
Yeah,
family.
That's the guy right there, man. He definitely opened up the doors, and he kept his ear to the ground, like fully. Like I never doubted when I started becoming more of a regular. I was like, I feel sort of overwhelmed in that sense. I feel like whenever I'm not there or something messes up, I feel like I'm dropping the ball, if anything, because his passion, his level of passion, his level of dedication to hip hop roots and the idea behind it, it was
inspiring.
huge,
Yeah.
It was bigger than him in that sense of just thinking about it. And he had all these people, a great team of people.
Yeah.
From the sound guy to you, to your lady, you know what I'm saying? Like Miss Baumgreen, like she'd come in and all of that made it what I feel like can happen again. I feel like the next generation, hopefully they'll take away something from what we did, and
the local scene, I mean, the scene in general, the whole music scene's changed. It's evolved because it's, time does that and stuff. And that was kind of, I think, of the inspiration, the podcast thing kind of has always been on my mind. We talked about Roots Radio way back when we were doing Roots. It just never really made sense and never came to fruition. But to spread the vibe and what we did and that kind of structure and the artist supporting artists especially and stuff, I felt like we needed to bring that. There's a whole new generation of rappers. Yeah. There's a lot of these dudes. I go out to these shows, and I used to be able to go out to the shows. I mean, I was performing on a lot of them, but 80% of them were people I knew. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like people I constantly saw in the scene. Now I go, and it's like 2 people I know and 6 people, brand new cats, just turned 21, 22, or just came into Vegas, or just started kind of getting the scene thing going. So it's, that's kind of the purpose. I'd like to be able to not only spread the vibes we got, but we give them the platform, because it's easy to get your music out. There's all kinds of platforms, but where do you get the chance to be, get to sit down and talk and tell people where to find you and tell them where you came from and things. So I dig that.
I appreciate that, man. That's what I was trying to do at the radio station. There's a lot of politics when you get to that. Yeah. What to say, what not to say, what you can say, and like me being such a real person, real individual. I bleed, I cry, I do all that. I'm a human being. Yeah. And I never forget where I came from in that sense. That's why right now I'm kind of like stepped away from it, because I kind of didn't feel like I was being me completely, Mm-hmm. But just because everything around, I mean, when you're in that environment, you kind of have to. It became a job. It started becoming a job, not something like a passion. It just felt like when I walked in there, it just got to that point where I was like, I feel like this is not fun anymore. So I was just like, and I had to kind of step away. But like at the end of the day, like I always look at it like what's true to me. What am I feeling right now? Am I feeling good about what I'm doing right now? Do I need to step away, or do I need to move forward? And that's why sometimes for me, like even with having something consistent as like now on Sundays where I'm hitting up the strip, at Senior Frogs right there at Treasure Island, like that right there is just a piece of it, like I'm deeper than that, I love playing music, I love entertaining people, I love the radio scene, I love the family that was created through radio as well. Just people that reached out to me that were just fans of the radio station and whatnot, big supporters. It's just I'm now just kind of like trying to regroup, rechannel myself as well. So
Well,
now being signed with Chris Cash's label, it's just like now it's just like, all right, this is another place where I could
I'm
put
interested.
down some shit.
I'm interested to see what you guys got up your sleeves. What's cooking in that?
We got some things
camp.
coming up. So we just, as patience is a virtue. Like I love to put things out like right away. If I do something, if I musically am working on something, I'm my worst critic. You know what I'm saying? So I might hold on to something, or if it's just something creative, like a picture or whatever, or some soundbite, or like a mix or something like that, like I'll get it out there right there.
Yeah, for sure.
Because I feel comfortable enough to be like, okay, I can handle that. You know what I'm saying? I can put that out to the world and not feel any kind of way if they don't like it or they do like it. You know what I'm saying? It's just like anything else. It's like I like it, so I'm feeling really good about it. So I'm gonna let the rest of the world kind of vibe to it.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's.
Well, you rep Vegas to the fullest for sure. I know you do. You got the Vegas born hat, baby. Go Knights.
Hey.
But how long you been out in Vegas? How long you lived out there?
Vegas, it's now been a little over 15 years now.
Wow,
I think
home sweet home.
I think it's been, God, I didn't think about it. I'm getting old, man. I still feel young at heart, but like I look at it.
Hey, you just stop counting. You're one life old, man, dude.
That's right.
Just like everybody else.
You feel as old as you want to feel.
That's
like
right.
So I think the young people, like you're saying, like you'll see a couple people in the scene, and then these 5 young guys, and that's what inspires me too. Like, cause I'm just like I kind of want to mentor them a little bit and kind of get them in the right path, because there is. As you could see, the commercial part of it right now, there's, I have my own personal opinion about it, but, I respect everybody's hustle and everybody's lane.
For sure.
You know what I'm saying? Everybody gets their lane they want to rock. But hopefully in the near future, you'll be hearing more of me and the crew and all Cashavelli music.
Shit, yeah.
So everybody out there, I appreciate the ones that are tuning in. I'm definitely gonna let everybody know.
Now I know you got your website, djglv.com. Now, do you guys have a site for the label?
So for the label is cashavelli.com.
Okay. You can hit it. It's gonna be right there.
I'll give you. Yeah, we'll get the link.
It's already up there on the wall.
There you go. There you go. That production magic, Yeah, right now, I'm kind of focusing really on getting back into music again, just mixing, putting mixes out and putting some original music as well. I have some artists, Rob Mack, my dude Fame, Chris Cash. I got a couple artists that really I got a nice little roster of people that I want to involve and reach out to. And, not to say, you might see this guy on there or something like that. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying, this is just, I go with the vibe. So, will make sense. But yeah, like I said, I stepped away from the station, started working, Senior Frog, just doing that as a
You're doing that
game.
every Sunday, right?
Every Sunday, hip hop. I'll throw some throwbacks. Hip hop, reggaeton, salsa, merengue, and reggae, it's my shit.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Peace, love, and unity,
I will
baby.
mix that in there. I'll have maybe a good 15 minutes of just hitting reggae after reggae song, which is, I know Hydro's a big fan of as well, and I think that's where we kind of connected too, because it was just like I love it.
Yeah.
I was just like, dude. I'm humbled and I love it, So
yeah, well, a lot to Hydro with the reggae scene, because he's so in with between the cannabis and the reggae scene. Some of the biggest tours I've been on, the biggest festival shows I've been on have been thanks to him. But again, that goes back to that. He's even him doing the hip hop roots thing. It's so unselfish. You know what I mean? Because it was so not about him whatsoever. You know what I mean? It started. He told the story about how it started with him rapping it. Bunkhouse, and they wanted him to do it, and he was just kind of like, I can't do it myself. Like me rapping every week, but I could put some people on, and it's just that seed went in, and whoosh.
And that's I mean, that's the whole point of it. It was just us all collectively like having the passion. You know, it wasn't about the money.
Yeah.
You know, we were in crack at the bang. You know what I'm saying? Like we were helping people out. You know, kicking. You know, when we could pay and all that stuff. And I was there. Technically, there'd be times where he was just like, "Yo, I can't really give you anything this time, you know, but I'll get you next time." And I looked at it as like more of just like, don't even worry about it. It's just like, if you can get me to point A to point B, you know, give me a few dollars for gas, I'm cool with that. You know what I'm saying? Or if I need to replace something, like a few bucks or whatever. And it was, for me, it was more just like the vibe, the just scene, and being able to create that, have a forum of those people coming in from out of town. We had people from New York, LA, you know, Florida, Texas. I mean,
Australia. We've had all over. And that's the best part about, you know, the whole it being in Vegas was like, it was a 50% local scene, and then like this is a high tourism city. And I was a big fan. Like when I used to hand out CDs way back in the day, I was a big strip guy. You know what I mean? Because people were going home with somewhere else with it. They were going back to Illinois, back to Germany, back to Japan, stuff like that. So that was a big key with me. But you know, that was Roots. Roots did a lot for me as well as other people with getting the name out. Not even that, just clicking with other people. You know, and there was a lot of MCs, a lot of DJs, I didn't know about JR Beatbox until I went into there and started, you know, doing all this.
Oh,
I was
hell
like,
yeah.
What the fuck, yo? But
I remember that first night when I rolled up downtown, man. It was like they were doing sound check, and he was just going off on it. I'm like walking up, you know how the saloon's like, you know, it's like a long walk. And so as I get closer, I'm like, this cat right here is cold. Like, I'm just like, yo, he's going off. I was like, so I introduced myself. I was like, yo, I'm GKID, you know, good to meet you. It's like, you dope, you know. And he was like, I appreciate it. I was like, yo, man. He was like, I was like, you look like you mix. And I found out, you know, he was like, yeah, I'm mixed. I got Puerto Rican, and he's mixed with Puerto Rican Dominican, I think, or something. I don't know. I was like, yo, Puerto Rican? When he said it popped up, I was like, yo, another Rican? Like, he was like, even if you half, I was like, yo, I there's not a lot of us here in the Valley. So to see someone in that environment, too, with me, alongside with, you know, a diverse crowd of people, also artists that are from everywhere, it was another thing that kept me pushing for it. Like, every time Hydro would be like, there were times where we would have to cancel a show, and I'd just be like, no, let's not. Like, you know, it's as soon as I felt like if we ever had a moment where we had to stop or do something, I just felt like we got to keep that going. You know what I'm saying? So sometimes I'd be like, I can't do it this week. And I'm like, damn it. Like, that's my escape.
You're like,
to,
that's
to
my
get
spot.
into that. That's
what
my
am I supposed
shit,
to do
you know?
this week?
Exactly.
Yeah.
So.
Well, that's good that you looked at it like that, because I think a lot of people looked at it like that. You know, I had a boy, AJ, rest in peace, that he straight up told us, and it was, you know, and he was real passionate about just having something to do, because, you know, he lived a pretty rough life and shit. Right. But he told us, he said, man, this is what I look forward to every week. You know, when I leave, this is all I think about when I leave, and you know, that's I think a lot of people felt like that, whether it was that passionate about it, where it was like the only thing they had, but it's like church, you know what I mean? Like, it was like, yo, we're rolling up on Friday, we're rolling up on Tuesday, whatever night it was, you know what I mean? So it was, it was clockwork for sure.
Yeah. No, I mean, it was a lot of moving parts. I mean, you definitely was a huge part of it. I know a lot towards that block of time, you know, it's like good 4, 5, 6 years or whatever it was. You were just, you know, definitely a lot of hands-on behind the scenes, like booking the acts. And I know even after that, we did some Christmas stuff too. I remember at Hard Hat and Boomers,
Hard Hat too as well. Yeah.
So, you know, I'm constantly myself too. It's like whenever anything comes up and I feel like I should be a part of that, you know, like I'll reach out to them. Like,
as
it's just it is like going to church. You're collectively getting together, you know, and celebrating each other's talent, you know. And that's a big thing, you know.
Fuck yeah. Well, shit, I'm gonna let you refill your cup. We're gonna hop into this segment. Again, it's December. Let's check out and see who the Raw MC of the month is.
Yo, what's going on, y'all? It's your boy S5. Big shout out to Hip Hop Roots Podcast. And I'm the Raw MC of the month for December. Check me out. S5 the hardest on Instagram. But listen, don't play poker in the jungle with too many cheaters. This goes out to all the frauds and the non-believers. Too many snakes in the grass. I bought too many heaters. Niggas acting slicker than Rick. I call them Mona Lisas. You speaking knowledge yourself while you acting facetious. And ain't no more Indians. Everybody's a leader. Until it's war and the 40 knock you out your Adidas. The best gladiators used to get killed in arenas. See, the streets got wet by the godless and leaders. They did they cigarette, then they turned into Akitas. No hospitality. Ain't no one happy to meet you. You'll get tossed for your dough like I'm making a pizza. I deal with ballerinas on beaches in Costa Rica. I strangle the mic, then blood come out of the speakers. My flow a missile that was built in the North of Korea. My reefer grown in Oregon, south of Eureka. You think you got me figured out? You have no idea. Now check the temp on the track. That's why they call me Fever. Raw MC.
Yeah, Raw MC of the month for December. Again, if you want to be Raw MC of the month, you want to send your Hot 16s or whatever it is in, and, you know, if we like them, we'll use them for sure. If not, hit your boy up. We'll record you. Send them in, hiphoprootspodcast@gmail.com. But I got to get to the story we were just talking about.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so I'm not even sure what show. I mean, you got to tell the story, though, too. So, but we were at the, yeah.
So this is, okay.
God damn it.
I had
Too good.
This is when we were talking off air, but, okay, so there was a time where we were still doing hip hop. I think we were still doing Hip Hop Roots. Actually, we were going back and forth, and so Hydro's like last minute, like, yo, we got the show at the park. We got this going. It's doo-wop, doo-wop, big influence.
Shout out to DJ Doo-wop.
Shout out to her. Invites us, is like, okay, we're gonna do a couple songs or whatever. So I was like, all right, cool. We get to his house. And like, I'm a smoker here and there, I'm not I'm not on a Hydro level, you know what I'm saying?
This sounds like a dab story.
Yeah. So this is right when we like the scene of just dabbing was like just
starting to
peak.
come up.
Like
yeah.
it was just coming up. So I was like, you know what? All right, I'm gonna take a dab. I'm not gonna, cause it was just like I would go there and he'd be like, you want to dab? I was like, nah, I'm good. This one time we're about to do this show, right? Go to his house, and he loads it up, hit it. I say 15, 20 minutes later, I'm like, all right, we gotta go eat something. All right, we gotta go to something. Well, yeah, we're gonna go to 7-Eleven. We'll get some drinks, some Gatorades or whatnot. We're gonna hit the park. After that, we'll go do our couple songs and whatnot. So I've never dabbed before this. I was just like, okay. Man, oh man. I get to 7-Eleven. I'm grabbing my drinks. I got my chips, my Cheetos, I'm like, fuck it. I'm going to feel good after this shit, right?
The infamous Cheetos.
So, yeah, the infamous Cheetos.
Cheeto bag.
There's a photo out there. And I know Hydro has it somewhere. He'll probably pop it up. But
if we can find it, it'll be up there.
It'll be up there. Man, oh man. I'm so freaking lit. Like, I'm sitting down on the grass. I'm like, all right, we're going to do this in about half an hour. Right? It's all right. Literally, like, I'm going at it in the Cheeto bag, eating. And I go in there one time, and I'm trying to get to the bottom. I'm almost done with the bag. So I'm just stuck in space. Like, I don't know where the fuck I'm at now at this point. I literally, like, just kind of just do this, and just lay back down. And my man, fucking Hydro, goes and he goes over to me and takes a picture. It's like, bro, we gotta go do the show, man. Like, what's you good? Like, you good, G?
Everything.
Seriously, there is a picture with my hand in a Cheeto bag. Oh, God.
You started talking about that, and we were dying because
you remember.
I remember the picture before we even started talking about the Cheetos in the bag and all that. I was like, that shit was funny.
I think we came back to your house after that
at
night.
Have. I don't know. It was like so fucking.
We were drinking these bad boys too. So I was dabbing, drinking Angry Orchards, and then I'm like laid out. I'm like at that time. I'm sorry. I was like, Dro. I was like, my bad.
I didn't mean to, bro.
I didn't mean to, because I felt bad, because it was supposed to be sort of a...
You can only feel so bad. He's the one who inflicted he's the one who hit you with the bat.
Yes, he did. I took it to that, and I was like, man, never again will I do any sorts like that, you know, because especially performing, if you're going to perform, you better show up, you know. I'm an advocate for that. Like, don't get fucked up before the show. You get fucked up after the show, you know what I'm saying? So... that was definitely a fun time. It was a fun day. It was a memorable day.
That's for sure.
For sure.
One of many. That's for damn sure. Yeah. So I cannot keep this. We don't talk too much about like headline. Every once in a while we'll talk about news and shit. But man, this whole Tekashi story is tripping me out. They're talking about, because I already saw the video with the whole putting the hate on Chief Keef's cousin and shit. But now they're talking about like, I didn't realize like Chief Keef's cousin got hit. I don't think he died, but I think like Tekashi put like 30 racks on him or something with that video.
You know, again, I have my own opinions about the
so music. Let's do this. How do you like his music? I mean, aside from with all the bullshit that you the Gram and all that, like how do you like his music?
I am not a super fan of his music, but I respect everybody's, lane. You know what I'm saying? He has a lane that he's rocking right now.
For sure. Killing it, too.
And I know he's going through a lot of legal issues. Unfortunately, it just, again, it's you practice what you preach. You kind of surround yourself with certain individuals.
Yep.
And in certain environments. It's just like if you are a so-called, gangster, you celebrate that lifestyle, there is some...
You get what comes with it.
...consequences to your actions. And, some people, like, even with the kid that passed away, Triple X, right?
Yeah, rest in peace.
Rest in peace. So, when he passed away...
Mm-hmm.
And people were like, "Oh well, they started comparing him with Pac. The whole like him, struggling with what was going on behind the scenes and all the moving parts and his last words and everything was very, very eerie, and to see now where Tekashi's on this whole legal thing, I feel bad for the kid, like I would hate to see somebody that I knew going through that, because I feel like genuinely, like I feel like deep down inside he's not a bad person, he's a product of
and that's what I said. He seems to be like, they gas him up, letting him think he's gangster, but he's profiting other people and they're reaping the benefits off of everything that's happening with him. So, and that's a shame, you know what I mean? Because it's like, you get a bunch of people behind you, gassing you up and shit.
Yeah,
you think you're whatever the hell they tell you,
I try to lead myself in a humble way, and you gotta have a little gangster in you, you know what I'm saying? Like, especially if you have family, you gotta definitely step up. But I think that it's just like anything else. The more you talk or you start living your life a certain way, it's going to attract certain good or bad things too, And I'm not saying that it deliberately, like, he just went out and said, this is what's going to happen. I'm going to get, again, it's like a product of his environment, him getting hyped up. and you know he's a brand new artist, you know, like, and it's so easy to kind of go down that route, you know, when you have certain people in your ear and they're hyping you up, and you know, it just eventually it's gonna catch up to you. You know what I'm saying? You do certain things, just be prepared for certain consequences. If you're gonna rock like you gangster, there is going to be somebody that's out there that's gonna try to touch you.
Well, when before he was even locked up, and he was trolling everybody, so people were chasing him around. Yeah. And then he got put in jail. Now he's locked up, and they had to move jails because they got Crips punking him because he's, you know, and it's, again, if you get what comes with whatever comes with the territory, I mean, you have to.
You live by it, you're going to end up dying by it in that sense. You know what I'm saying? They're going to have some kind of consequence to your actions, and you know, everything's speculation right now, even with his situation with the young girl and whatnot. You know, I think he pled guilty or non-contest or something like that, but
you know, I don't know, it's crazy because even if it be for publicity and all that good stuff, I mean, that's a hell of a gamble.
Yeah,
that's a hell of a gamble.
That's
I mean,
you're
a
big gamble.
You're like a 30% chance. I mean, you're on the, you know, the house is winning on that one. Especially, you're not winning.
You think about it like this: you have so many streams, you have so much going on. You think that, you know, it's you putting the spotlight on yourself, and people are going to go behind you. If it's your team or not your team, it's usually how they say is like the ones that are closest are the ones that kind of like, you know, that are, you know, they're, you know, you see the guy next to him, it's either, it's a 50-50, you know, this guy could be really about, you know, everything that you're about, or he has alternative motives and whatnot. And
and he said multiple times, I'm untouchable. I'm untouchable, B. You know what I mean? So, I mean, I think he really thinks so. That's why even now, I think it's like this whole thing's a joke until something gets slapped on him. It's a joke. I mean, but the scary thing is something may not get slapped on him. So, I mean, who knows?
And this is what I was thinking. This is my prediction on it, because when you're that high up, you know, known, and they want to teach you a lesson, and I know that he's gonna have some time,
especially when it's federal time.
He's definitely gonna do some time. If anything, he's gonna stay there. I don't know what their strategy is for him, his lawyers or whatnot, but you know, I definitely am hopeful for him to really learn from this, and then kind of apply that to his life, and you know, it's just like I said,
you can't erase face tattoos like that.
Yeah, exactly.
There's no eraser for that shit.
You're gonna pay for. You know, it's just like Tekashi, like, or not Tekashi, Triple X.
Okay.
He in his last words was like on this, like, you know, people are hating on me or whatever, or I just want everybody to know that my message is positive, you know, at the end. And I think that everything catching up to Tekashi is like really, like, he's thinking like, damn, oh fuck, I fucked up, you know,
where did I put myself?
I need to really turn my life around, and it may be, who knows, you know, we're probably, by the time this hits, we may have some new news on it, but you know, I really hope for the best for him, and that he learns from it and really kind of talks about his experience in that sense, you know, and because a lot of people look up to him, you know, like they look up to him, so it's just
especially
like
the younger
put
generation.
out the good positive, don't be this cocky, you know, character all the time. It's good to have confidence and whatnot, but there's a limit to it, you know.
For sure. Well, shit, since we're already talking about him, I'll hop into the segment a little bit early and shit, but I'm going to do something with me and you. I'm going to pop some. I picked, I think, 8 MCs, 16 MCs. I'm trying to remember what it was. I made a little bracket, so, you know, it's fairly relevant. You know, these people it's not going to be the Pac and the Biggie and, you know, people who aren't really out, so I tried to keep the list a little bit on point, so.
Yeah, definitely.
So let's do this. Let's see who you end up with.
Okay,
What's your
okay.
top notch here? So, Drake or Lil Wayne?
Oh wow.
Yeah, I told you it's gonna be easy.
That's a hard one, because we come in that age right before. You got the 90s, late 90s, 2000, Lil Wayne was, So if I had to, if they were going head to head.
Yeah, and it's on your basis. So, I mean,
Woo.
it could be lyrically, the music they're making, whatever it is. But
if I was stuck on the island, I had to choose between I would say Lil Wayne. Lil Wayne. I mean, he's a legend. You know what I'm saying? He's definitely, I feel like he still has more fire under his belt. You know what I'm saying? People.
Well, he's probably helped Drake come up too
exactly.
as well. So
that right there tells you where his mind is. He picked him up, and look at where Drake is now. I mean,
for
you go
real.
listen to radio, try to play a set without at least one song that has a Drake verse on there.
Yeah.
If he's a feature or if it's his song, I tell you in that hour you will hit a Drake song.
For real.
One or two, you know what I'm saying?
But
he's everywhere.
Sorry, Drake. Wayne it is.
Oh. No, I love Drake, but if I had to pick between the two,
Nice.
Lil Wayne.
All right. Tekashi 6ix9ine and Triple X.
Ooh. That one, I would say Triple X. Just, I listened to a couple of his songs that were a little bit different from the norm that I listened to.
Okay.
Because I listened to everything, but it was just like kind of one of those things where I'll have a phase of I'll just listen to one.
Stuck on something.
I'll be stuck on Biggie for a while,
Yeah,
or
yeah.
I'll be stuck on Pac, or Wu-Tang, or I'll just randomly just select whatever. But I heard a few Triple X songs, and I was just like, wow, this cat right here.
Yeah. Deep.
I feel like he left too soon. I feel like he was one of those runner-ups that was about to really take it to the next level.
Yeah,
Because
yeah.
I mean, like when Drake came out,
it would have been interesting to see what he was
going to do.
do.
Interesting to see where the 2 years from now what Triple X would have been doing. Be doing.
Triple X it is. All right, Nicki or Cardi?
Nicki or Cardi? Whoa. Okay. So both great. But I don't know. Maybe I'm biased on this one because she's part of Latin too, and some of her Latin tracks with some legend or upcoming or new artists that are great artists and whatnot. When she collabs and does her Latin rap and then her English rap, I was like, dude,
Killer.
I have to go with Cardi.
Okay.
Cardi B, just because it's needed. A lot of people compare it to Nicki. Yeah, you're gonna see that, but it's just like anything else. You'll see one artist and see another, especially with these littles and these youngs. MCs. You'll be like, damn, they sound really like. With Cardi, I feel like she definitely pushes it.
Yeah.
She's pushing it. I feel Nicki had a definitely big time. She became hip hop artist, pop artist. She could kind of move around. I just feel like with Cardi, I'm excited for what's coming in the near future for her because she's cold.
Cardi.
I was surprised, honestly. I didn't really like her first track, but like the rest of the material, I'm like, wow. So
Hell yeah.
yeah.
All right, Snow the Product or Bad Baby?
It's okay. So I like the two. I mean, they're cool, but it really for me would be either one. And if I had to choose, I would say just Bad Baby, just because I think there's something. I feel like she's holding on to something, like a trump card, like just be like, yo, next year popping, like out of nowhere. She's still young, so
Yeah.
I feel she may have some
right,
magical
Bad Baby.
promise.
Bad
You know what I'm
Baby.
saying?
We might have to-
I have a versatile of music and artists that I really like gravitate towards. So with them two, it would have been either one. But if I had to pick, I would say
Might have to talk about that later.
Yeah, see,
I'm just
but
fucking
everybody
with
has
you,
their
man.
opinion about it. So I'm just like, yo,
Yeah, shit, yeah.
you got cold, you got a cold piece, and then you got this artist that could
Yeah,
surprisingly be, because it's just like.
Well, you also
like,
got one that's trying to be mainstream and one that's staying indie, you know.
Right.
So
Absolutely.
So.
And I, ups to everybody's. I'm indie, so I'm just like, there's a place for everybody.
Yeah.
You know. So, but yeah.
Cool. All right, Tech Nine or Hobson?
Ooh.
Ooh, lyrics.
You know, Hobson's like, I mean, that guy's a cold piece, man.
Yeah, he is.
He's a cold.
One of my favorites.
He's a cold
for sure.
motherfucker, man. That whole team. You got Dizzy Wright and all them. You know what I'm saying? Tech Nine versus Hobson. Okay. Oh God, I feel like I'm gonna piss some people off. You know what I'm saying?
Ain't no one gonna be happy with any decision.
Yeah, no. Either way, I gotta go with Hobson.
Okay.
It's like, cause Tech Nine, man, that motherfucker, he's legend too. You know, it's like I don't know, man.
Number one
Like,
independent
those
artist
are
in the
hard
world.
picks, man. You killing me right now.
That's what it's supposed
my
to be
God.
about, man.
Okay.
All right,
It's good ones,
Hobson. Eminem or Logic?
Eminem all day. Eminem all day. I'm sorry. All respect to Logic. Eminem. Do I have to say any more?
Yeah.
Do I have to say any more? Like, yeah.
There it is.
That's easy.
Cool. Kendrick or J. Cole?
Mm.
There you go.
See if they had a baby. like,
All right, I won there.
like, what is that? What's that look like? Man. That is fucking cool. Okay. J. Cole, man, he is definitely the dude right there. I mean, his lyrical, his vision, the visuals, I mean, everything. The guy, I feel like what he has is the material right now. He could walk away from the game and put a really good
dent right in that fucker.
Right in there. Kendrick. What I love about Kendrick, because we did a show back in, I believe it was 08. I think it was 07, 08.
Mm-hmm.
He was out here. This was before he became Kendrick Lamar, you know? It was Radio Ramon. It was Fame. Or actually, Fame was not on that show. It was a Radio Ramon show. It was down in Chinatown. I don't even think that place is there anymore, but he definitely has a presence, man. Ever since saw him then, like now, you know, where I mean, it's impressive, you know. But I had to pick. Fuck.
One's gotta go.
I had to go. Fuck. I would say Kendrick. I had to say Kendrick I would have to go with Kendrick. I mean, J. Cole, cold as fuck. I mean,
Kendrick
we go through his whole catalog right now. We've spent some time. So
Yeah, hell yeah.
But Kendrick, I don't know, man.
All right.
He's
Battle of the Weedheads. Wiz Khalifa or Dizzy Wright?
Oh, okay. This is a good one.
Yeah.
You know what? I will have to go with Dizzy Wright, man.
Dizzy. Hometown boy.
I'm sorry. I gotta go with Dizzy Wright. That is the guy. You know,
LV in the building.
Probably the most humble dude I've ever met.
Yeah, for sure.
He's where he's gone, where he's been, where he's going, and everything. Like, the guy's worth ethics, his always constant work. I mean, he's a hardworking guy. That's for sure. He got a little girl. I think he had another one, maybe. I know he had a kid. And when I was at Hot, he came in one day, and I figured we did a show back in a minute ago. It was like 06 or something, and he was at the station 2016, 17, something like that. Mm-hmm. He stopped in, and the last time I saw him was for Street Fest.
Yeah,
and it was that second Saturday of each month, which I was a part of as well. Which I, big ups to, the guys too. We did a show. It was me. I was DJing for Fame at the time. Does the show, comes off. I was like, yo, man, like, big ups, like, appreciate you. So we did the poetry jam thing probably a couple weeks back. I was like, oh, you remember me? And fast forwarding to about, like, a couple years ago, I was on air at the time, and I was in the lobby at Hot 975, and I see him. I'm like, yo, like, automatically, like, with his success, that short period of time, it's like, does he remember me? Like, this has been a minute since I've seen him, but the guy to today, like, if I see him, he knows who I am. Like,
Hell
you know what I'm saying? It's not like when you see certain artists, it'd be like, who the fuck are you? You know what I'm saying?
Fuck
like,
yeah.
humblest guy, hands down. He has the talent. He has a heart.
Nice.
The right attitude, super chill guy,
and he's from Vegas,
and he's a Vegas. He's originally from, I believe, Detroit, but he reps Vegas because he grew up here. He was a kid, like, it's like taking one and then taking him to another place. You have to say that he's rep Vegas really hard, and that's amazing.
Dizzy,
I love that.
Is. All right, round 2. This is where we start offing some people. So now Wayne or Triple X.
Wayne on that one.
Okay. Cardi or Bad Baby?
Cardi.
Yeah, I was gonna say that one's pretty given right
there. Yeah.
Hobson or M?
Ooh. It's gonna end up at M. You know what I'm saying? It gotta be M. Like,
Just move down.
No, I'm sorry, but Hobson, but M is next.
Kendrick or Dizzy?
Kendrick or Dizzy? Them two, I would say Kendrick. On that one, Kendrick.
Wayne or Cardi?
Wayne.
You said
yeah, Wayne, man.
And then M or Kendrick?
Ooh, those are two cold pieces, man.
Yes, sir.
You know what? I have to say, if it was between those two, I'm gonna have to say Kendrick on that one.
Oh, you thought he was.
You know why? Because now it's like, it's getting nitty gritty. Like, okay, they're both dope. We go on the next round. What was your last project? How was your album like? And I'm thinking, like, Kendrick had a very good year. Not to say Eminem didn't.
Yeah.
I just feel like I like M. Old M, Not to say his new things are not good, but I just, a classic is a classic, man. Classic M all day, but Kendrick is coming with it.
Finals, Wayne or Kendrick?
Wayne or
Who's
Kendrick? And you know what?
The guy.
They got a track together, that Mona Lisa, I think it's called.
Yeah.
And never in the I was just like, who put this together? I think I did, like, with my brain. Because I was like...
They fed into me.
Like, they read off me or something, because I was like, okay, you got Wayne and you got Kendrick, and you put them together. That track is...
They're tapping in.
Sick. I love that track. But if I had to pick between the two... Kendrick's going home. He has to take it, you know what I'm saying? I love Wayne. That's a heart. But... Kendrick the brain, and he killing it right now.
He got a winner, and he is too, man. It took a little bit for Kendrick to grow on me, but that boy killing it, son.
Yeah, no, I mean, being on the West Coast, myself being originally from the East Coast, but living out here, like, I respect a lot of the artistry, just the vibe is different. Like, out in East, man, people are they're fucking blunt as fuck.
Now, where are you from on the East Coast?
So I was born in Hartford, Connecticut.
Okay. Shout out to Connecticut.
Yeah.
Donnie Menace from out in Connecticut.
Right. Born there.
Okay.
Had a military in the family, so we moved a bit, but years later I moved to New York, upstate. which I got family out there, out in Boston, whatnot, all East Coast. Shout out to my family out there. But yeah, out in Boston, out in Florida. I have family in Puerto Rico, so being Boricua, you know.
You go back to Puerto Rico quite a bit?
You know, I've been meaning to go out there. Like, the times I've been out there is either something family related or something. Though. Yeah, it's been a minute, but moved from Connecticut to New York. And to New York, I lived out in Texas for a while.
Where in Texas?
It's a little town called Clean, Texas.
Okay, yeah, I know where Clean
little
is.
Town. About an hour away from Austin, Texas, which I went to school out there as well for multimedia and audio video techniques and stuff. So I got a degree in it. You know what I'm saying?
Nice.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying. Just you know what? One fun fact. Maybe a lot of people know this, but a lot of the flyers that were done in the later years of Hip Hop Roots, I pretty much did multitask. I got many of hats, but you know what I'm saying. So I and then so from Connecticut to New York to Texas, and then about going on 16 years, 17 years in Vegas. I mean, it just feels like forever. I'm old man. I don't look it. But, it's just like, I got a little one. She's 7 years old. And I'm like, that's what reminds me to be like, damn.
Yeah, what's her name? Luna?
Luna, yeah. Luna Soleil, my baby.
She just had a birthday or some shit. I thought I saw you post.
She just had a birthday, which was awesome. Man, they grow up so fast. Like, they're just like, and I know you guys.
Mine's about to graduate.
Jeez.
She's a senior this
year. That's what
Insane,
makes you old, right? Like, mom over here, like, she's like, yo. Miss Green's like, yo.
Yeah, it's a whole nother kind of conversation. Shit, we talk about that all the time. She's panicking because she don't know any different than school. You know what I mean? So now she's like, I don't know what I want to do. I don't know if I want to, son. I'm like, you take that shit in stride, enjoy it. You're still a kid and shit. You enjoy that shit. I couldn't wait to get out of school. I hated school.
You know what?
I liked the people I knew, and I got to take a lot of music courses and stuff. But other than that, like all that math and history shit, I just didn't. It never cinched me. And then I just came here to Vegas and didn't know anybody, and then it was just bad. All bad here. Went to Western. It was wilding when I was there. I mean, dude pulled a pistol on me in the hallway. Like didn't even give a fuck. I was
fucks,
like,
man.
Well, that's my last day at school.
Yeah, fuck.
Straight up.
I need a vest, man. Walk into first period.
I would have thought. Now they got metal detectors and all kinds of.
Yeah.
I'm like, where were those? But
that's a trip to think like it's gotten that bad.
Yeah,
there's so much stuff we could talk about on that. For sure.
It's definitely mixed on that because it's just I don't know. It's all I'm gonna say is these people that are shooting schools and stuff or shooting anything are picking vulnerable spots. They're picking spots that they're not. Let me put it this way: they're not going into the police station and opening fire. They're not going into the gun store and opening fire. They're going into gun-free zones and opening fire. So
it's always been weak for me. Like I'm like,
that's not what we're here for.
What's the point of that?
We ain't fucking with all this politics.
Yeah, But
well, shit. What you guys? So you got something cooking? I mean, are you producing like beats at all, or you just kind of strictly doing the DJing?
Currently with Cash Valley, so we just recently signed a few months, and I'm working on some stuff. I'm definitely working on I'm excited about it because I feel like this will be the first official time where I'm really putting something completely together. And I, like I was saying, I have a roster of people that I really want to work with.
Okay.
And also experiment with a little bit of music, and hopefully, hopefully in the future, I'm shooting for the summertime to release it. Okay. It might be earlier, depending. But I'm definitely getting back hands on and producing stuff. Another fun fact about me is like I grew up, in these different places. And when I was living out in Texas before moving here, I was working on some definitely working on some stuff back then that was more melodic sounding. I grew up listening to, everything, 70s, 80s, 90s music, hip hop, rock, country, the list goes on and on. A lot of Latin. Like, I wake up to Latin music, like my dad bumping that salsa merengue, and I'm just like, God damn. But you'll probably hear some of that influence in what I'm coming up with. So I'm really excited about
that's dope.
Getting in the right space right now, and mentally and physically, and I'm excited to hear the feedback, because everybody has their own opinion about music and whatnot. And I just want to put something together that's true to me, and that's fun.
I look forward to what you guys got cracking, because like I said, it's been a long time since Chris Cash. That, like I said, the name's always around, but I haven't seen him like doing shows and stuff. So I know he's got some shit cooking, and know that he's got the label going. Mm-hmm. He's signing some people. Signing our boy, that's dope. But shit, what's your main hub? Like, if people want to holler at you and see what up, I mean, what's the best spot?
If they're trying to holler at me, I would say the best way is Instagram. Is my way to get in contact with people. The gram is all one word, DJG Kid KID. So DJG KID. Instagram. Sometimes I get on Twitter. Sometimes I'll do a little rant or something. And say
hard
some
to
shit.
find though. You ain't hard to find.
No,
you're always around.
You'll find my Instagram. That alone, I'll kind of go.
And if you can't find them on any of those, every Sunday, 10 p.m. at Treasure Island? North Frogs?
Treasure Island. Actually, what time is it right now?
I was gonna say.
Oh no, okay. No, we got time. No, it's every Sunday, 10 p.m. when I start my set over there.
Dope.
It's a lot of flavor there. I feel like I play my hip hop, of course, top 40s, Latin, reggae. I'll try to mix it up as much as I can, and it's a vibe. It's a part. There? It's free. I mean, for locals, it's free. Before I believe 11, so they start charging after that. But if you drop my name, you know what I'm saying. If you're out there, drop my name.
Look at this guy.
Just tell them you know me. It ain't gonna be no thing to just walk in.
And they'll roll out the red carpet and shit.
Yeah, we will. I'm all about that. You know what I'm saying? I'll even get you a drink.
Hell
you
know
what I'm saying? Be like, hey,
yeah. Now you see, that's how you get people in the building.
Yeah, I'm more appreciative people come out, and they could be anywhere in the world. It's just like, hey, come stop by, say hi, and have a drink with me. And it's a vibe. It's a party.
Yeah.
I feel like every Sunday.
Nice.
I'm like partying. So.
Well, shit, man. Anything else you got before we get out of here? I mean, I'm glad you fucking came through, my dude.
I appreciate you inviting me, because this is a big part of me. Like, I'll see it. It reminds me of why I'm doing what I'm doing too. It's another element.
That's I couldn't tell you how excited I got when I rolled out the banner. It was here it goes again, and it was just this feeling behind it. But I can understand for sure.
This guy, Bomb Green, I will tell you this. He took care of all the banners, man. He was a guy. I mean, I'd be like, man, this guy is so professional, man. He's on top of it, and that's what I loved about it, because it was like fun.
Stop, bro.
It was fun. Okay, no, I'm being real though. I mean, there were certain people that I feel like that's just created this whole vibe, and without them, I think that it couldn't be what it was and how it is right now. You doing this podcast right now. It's just
and I appreciate it, but really the vibe that Hip Hop Roots created is what even gave a lot of the drive for all of us to do it. You know what I mean? So it wasn't just a me thing, and it was, but it was everything. It was that cycle, that cycle of energy and stuff. But I love it, man. But man, I'm so glad you came through, my guy.
I'm appreciative, and I thank everybody that over the years have really backed the whole team for Roots, and continue to do that, even for me. And I just want to shout out to the team, Cashavelli, and my moms and my daughter, and that's about it.
Nice.
I want to say thank you, Bomb Green, for inviting me.
Thank you, brother. Well, shit, hey. Hip Hop Roots Podcast again. The voicemail text line's always open, 775-538-6350. You got ideas for the show? You got segments, you got some footage you want to shoot, you just want to say what up, let us know how we doing, man. Come on, that line's there for you guys. interested in, putting your brand up, you want some logo drops, you need some advertisement, you want to be a guest on the show, holla at your boy. Email us, hiphoprootspodcast@gmail.com. Do not forget to like the videos, subscribe, tell your people. Let's grow this platform, people. Let's get everybody out there. Let's get everybody knowing who you people are. God damn. Hip Hop Roots Podcast, we out. Go Knights, go.
Hey.
Cashavelle. Say we rollin' through Vegas, my trillers rollin' through Vegas, my bitches rollin' through Vegas, my hustlers rollin' through Vegas. I say we rollin' through Vegas, my trillers rollin' through Vegas, my bitches rollin' through Vegas.
Yeah, we rollin' through Vegas.
As I cruise through with trillers all in my crew, another can of Red Bull. Show these bitches how we do. Give me two, don't throw me on the loop. This club is so crowded, baby, meet me on the roof. In a suit, walking through wherever I wanna go. See some artificial substitutes, I call them sweet and low. On the pole they getting dough, I hit the strip to get some more. Breaking bread with my family and watching all us grow. You didn't know? I used to sell that blow. Still fucking with them freaks that are into getting choked. Introduce her to the homie, then later she came to blow me. He spotted that she owned me, we call that the give and go. I be hooping on my day off just to show you I be ballin'. Still let my phone ring when the debt collector callin'. Don't be falling for them traps, watch me come up on the craft. Don't get way too greedy, fuck around and lose your stack. I say we rollin' through Vegas, my trillers rollin' through Vegas, my bitches rollin' through Vegas, my hustlers rollin' through Vegas. I say we rollin' through Vegas, my trillers rollin' through Vegas, my bitches rollin' through Vegas.
Yeah, we rollin' through Vegas.
I say we rollin' through Vegas, my trillers rollin' through